All right, so we've just watched the conference for Electronic Arts here at E3 2015, excuse me. A few things we've got highlighted here we thought were interesting. First was Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah.
Making a sequel to that. It looked pretty zany, just like the first one.
Yeah, it looked cool. It looked like it was like, I think I said this while we were watching. It looked a little bit like Dungeon Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit like, hey, let's grab a team of 4. Let's go into a server or an instance-based game, and let's all just smash and kill stuff all together. Like in the most funny themed game there could possibly be.
Yeah, and I think we were noticing about all these games is like how unique they are, and how just like creative. I was like, that is an orange, but like it's an orange like interestingly peeled, so that it could be like weapons or something.
Yeah.
Or be like the corn. It was just like this like slow mo like corn like machine gun.
You might call it a corn chucker.
You know what? That I don't.
It
even
could
know.
be named.
Absolutely. We should the trademark so they can't use it.
Trademark.
But it was like releasing, and then all like the corn kernels were dropping like spent shells.
Right.
And just like the zombies just doing crazy stuff and having no teeth. It was just that's what all those games are all about.
PopGap's really good with the art there. They're adding solo play and local split screen, which is something that wasn't in the first. So a little bit of extra modes there, a little bit of extra replay value, I guess. But it looks good. It's coming out next spring. Another one that stood out, and they didn't really spend a whole lot of time talking about it. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, their upcoming card game. And they didn't really say much about it, but they don't really have to, because it's pretty clear that Hearthstone is really making waves. I mean, between this game and the game that Bethesda announced last night, Elder Scrolls Legends, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a card game. You get a card game, and you get a card game.
Yeah. The only thing that we're missing is like a Mad Max card game. Like maybe they'll start like or Jurassic Park theme. The Avengers will get every blockbuster.
Dude, they already do. It's Legendary.
But it needs to
be it's online. It's CCG online.
CC. So like every type of brand or LP, StarCraft.
Everything needs, as long as everything needs a mobile version, right? We saw Minions in EA. Mm-hmm. We saw it's escaping me now. There's another Star Wars mobile game, but all these things. I think the more thing we're noticing is that all these companies are picking up that people don't want to buy the $60 game anymore, or if they do, they have to hedge their bets, right? If there's a $60 game, they really got to be.
It's got to be FIFA,
a blockbuster. A home run.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because fewer big games, bigger investment into these big AAA games.
We were talking. It's all about subscriptions now, which is giving people access to more things, right? But it gets them as a paying client for longer, more assured money down the road. Even if they know they're not going to get that big swell of income during a quarter when a game drops, and then these smaller things, the pay by microtransactions, which we all know and hate. In
some circumstances,
in some it can be done well, but in many cases,
you see in Genesis 3.
There we go. That's right. Sin happens.
Right.
Sin happened in early access.
Early access and microtransactions.
Gonna be excited for it. I'll probably get into it. Hopefully, it won't suck any more of my money like Hearthstone has.
Or if it's good.
It's good. It'll rightfully suck my money away.
Right?
I don't know.
Like you go to a good restaurant, you buy good food, you're happy, you come again.
It's true.
Right? So you go and you purchase a game. You want to support the game, right? You support the developer. You want things to continue because you want to be able to have that repeated interaction, repeated exchange, repeated experience. It's not just hey, I played through the story mode of this game for 18 hours and now I'm done. I can't ever interact. I wish I could do that again. Oh, well, I've got to wait until this development studio comes out with their next story mode game. Now it's, I really like that set of cards, or I really like that expansion pack, or I really like that update, or I really like that sequel. And you can just keep going with themes, with genres, or with IPs that you enjoy. I think that's great. That's a great thing about a subscription model, or even just paying as you go, as you're playing. Your enjoyment is probably directly connected to your amount of play. I mean, the thing comes into play right when it's in excess.
Yeah, buyer's remorse is much higher for that $60 blockbuster, right? And people can, they're going to post a really negative thing about it and give you a lot of bad press. even if they don't like a little thing about it, right? Where if it's like a $5 to $10 or even a free to play, they're not necessarily going to, completely crap on it if a couple things weren't exactly how they had planned on it, right?
Yeah.
They'll give it some time to develop, get the developers time to give some patches or whatever it is.
Yeah.
To get that game where it really needs to be, and then they have a paying customer, right? They have a customer that wants to come back.
I gotta say though, like I am kind of bummed. I mean, I harped pretty hard on Star Wars Battlefront for not showing us actual gameplay footage, and then like they announce this Star Wars card game, and there's not even a screen. Like we were critiquing as we were watching, like, well, there's no this or that, or maybe last year they showed some concept art for this particular game, or they showed music, or they had a developer come and talk to us, but they didn't actually have gameplay footage. Well, it was just like they had the person introducing it, and that was it. Like there wasn't even a logo. It was just like, well, we're doing this.
I mean, it's a card game.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot to
that's
show
true.
there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars Battlefront, that was EA's real big shooter that they had to show. That's how they ended their conference. And now we've seen actual gameplay footage, and I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah. It looked like we talked about it before. It looked like Battlefield skin, but
that was the fear.
That was the fear. However, we've all seen it. If you've not seen it, do not worry.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Battlefront. It is not the Battlefront of old. It is updated. It is up to the the level of new industry standards that come along with the next gen consoles.
It looks gorgeous on their Frostbite engine and all that.
Yeah, everything looks amazing.
And did you guys hear that they dropped in there like a little hint at virtual reality?
They did. They mentioned that briefly. I wouldn't be surprised to see this show up on Sony's Morpheus, or maybe on Oculus, maybe Valve VR.
In a couple years, maybe?
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe we'll find out more tonight at Sony's press conference.
There would be no bigger LP, right? Like, than the licensed property of Star Wars entering into virtual reality. Like, you want to end the discussion on, well, if only virtual reality had like a gameplay universe that we were all interested in, then maybe people would be able to go in and take interest in virtual reality and make the leap. You throw Star Wars into virtual reality, everyone's going to go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
wasn't there one Star Wars game that was like not virtual reality that was in the they used the Xbox? That they used the.
Oh, you mean Minecraft on the augmented reality?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you throw, it takes a big risk, right? Like for an established brand to go into something new.
Yeah.
And I think for him to even mention that live with the entire gaming industry watching.
Yeah.
Like. I wonder if they're going to gauge that for feedback and be like, hey, do people pick up on that? Do people discuss? It's certainly something that as soon as I heard it, I was like,
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of energy within the games industry to try to make something of VR, and so I think Microsoft and Sony and the other various VR/AR creators are trying to really push this and see if they can turn this into something that the public will actually consume.
I'd almost want to dare somebody else to try it first, right? Like, well, maybe we'll get Star Wars into it, and like maybe you're hedging your bets. Like the gentleman that mentioned it, maybe he's actually working on another part of EA's stuff, and like, well, maybe the Star Wars folks will pick up on that. Maybe they'll go try it, and then if it works, then maybe Madden and FIFA can jump in as well. Maybe that's the door that opens, but somebody's got to break down that door.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, like for its gameplay footage that it showed, it was awesome. You throw that in a headset.
Yeah,
it doesn't even need a headset. You throw that on my screen. That looked awesome.
Yeah. The last thing I would kind of say is that Pele did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think we were all
beautiful game.
They got an actual legitimate sports icon onto the stage for a somewhat awkward but totally authentic interview, and that's something that you don't normally see at a press conference. So that was a nice surprise.
It was good on him to be out there, good on them to let him kind of run with it, because if they had scripted everything he said, it would have come off completely cheesy. And
beautiful game. FIFA is a beautiful game.
So
I will play FIFA.
No, you won't. Yeah.
So,
But anyway, he was great, and good on them to bring him in.
Best part was when he was like, I've scored 1,000 goals.
My 1,000th goal was a penalty kick.
25 years I've won.
Like, okay, we get
3 World Cups I've won. Like when Pele is quoting his own achievements, like It's like when LeBron James is talking about LeBron James in the third person. Like LeBron James is LeBron. Like Jacob Toman is Jacob Toman. Like there are certain people that can do that, and there are certain people that cannot.
Yeah.
Right? Like Pele starts talking about his own achievements. We're all just gonna silently listen.
Yeah.
Even in the gaming industry.
Yep.
Everyone just listened and watched. It was amazing.
So anyway, a lot of fun. EA does a really good press conference. We'll see in the coming months if they're able to follow up.
Yeah.
But very promising.
Yeah, no Russell Westbrook froghead. NBA Live.